everybody. So I felt like doing something different on here. As you can tell by the title, I have been living 1 week without social media. It was so much harder than I anticipated. I never thought it was gonna be this big of a challenge. I have been on social media breaks before, and it has never been this big of a challenge. The rules I had for this challenge was no Instagram, no TikTok, no Facebook, but I could use Messenger and text and use Pinterest and also YouTube, but no shorts because I wanted to minimize or completely erase scrolling for a week. And the goals I had set up for myself for this week was to get more mental clarity, to get more productive, and avoid comparisons. Something I realized on the first couple of days was that there is so much that I don't want to know. Like, my brain is full of TikTok references, information about celebrities that I don't want to know, random drama, and I just don't care about it. And I feel like a lot on social media nowadays is that you're being force fed things that you don't choose by yourself. And as soon as I stopped scrolling, I felt like all of that noise kind of disappeared, which was really nice. And this was like the first 2 days. And I just realized that everything on social media was so loud, and that is also a reason for why I wanted to do this challenge, because like I don't need more loudness in my life. Where are we going? During these first couple of days, I also experienced a lot of stress, and it was actually similar to quitting nicotine. I used to have a nicotine addiction, and when I quit that, I could feel a lot of irritation, a lot of rage, a lot of anger, and it was so similar to that. And that is when I realized that this is like a true addiction. In the beginning, I also realized how attached I am to my accounts on different platforms, and how I felt like my identity as a person was so, like, social media was such a big part of my identity. Another thing that hit me was that the community online is pretty much an illusion. Because, like, we always talk about how we're part of a community and, like, social media is a community, when in fact, everyone are just mindlessly watching their screens. But we think we're part of some sort of group. And it's such a weird thing. It's like, I think it messes so much with our brain. At the end of the day, we're all sitting alone watching screens. And it might feel social, but it's definitely not. And it's crazy how these communities only exist in your phone. And that made me realize how much I enjoy real community. Like, for example, I'm a dancer and have been a part of the dance community for a long time. And it's like I just see it in a completely different light, because it is not the same as social media at all. And it's so beautiful to see a community in real life and be a part of that. And you know, when your screen time is at like 8+ hours a day, it messes with your brain so much. It messed with my brain a lot, because I realized that I was living so much through my phone, and the same with identity connected to my accounts and all of that stuff. It got too intense for me, and stepping away from it really makes you understand what community you actually have and what community you are a part of in real life. And that is the only, no, sorry, my light died, but I hope this is okay. But like, that is the real community you're a part of. And it puts a lot of I have cat hair on my lips. Also, when you're chronically online, like I was, you're exposed to so much information, so many people, so many strangers. As a kid, I remember like the only people that existed in my realm was like my parents, my brother, my best friend, and like other family members. Oh, I have so much cat hair. And now you're exposed to like hundreds of people every day. And as I said, if your screen time is up at like 8+ hours, like mine was, that is so many people, and it feels so unnatural and it feels so crazy. And we wonder why we're stressed and overwhelmed, and our heart rate is up and our anxiety levels are high. And like, I feel like our society is just so tired, and we get these dopamine hits all the time every day when we look at our screens, and it's just insane. And the fact that our relaxation is to watch these screens and get exposed to so many people and also compare ourselves to other people, like, it just feels unnatural. And I know I've had this thought for a longer time, um, but now it really hit me as soon as I had a break from it, because the only people that I actually hang out with and that I actually have in my life, it's not a lot of people. And with social media, you think that being exposed to so many strangers every day is natural and it's a part of your daily routine, and it's just insane. On the second day, I remember watching a Beyonce performance on YouTube, and it was so nice because I felt so much inspiration and I felt so much joy. It was so nice to finally choose what to consume and not get controlled by any algorithm or anything like that. And it also brought me back to when I was a kid and I could watch Beyonce interviews every day. Like, I just loved it so much because it inspired me, and I was the one choosing the content I wanted to see. While now we're being force fed everything, and it just keeps on going, like it never stops. So when I watched this Beyonce performance, it was just slow, peaceful, lovely, inspirational. And after a while, even listening to music became sort of an activity instead of being something passive, but it felt more intentional and I could feel the music more. I could get my dopamine kick from music, which is how it was also when I was a young girl. Without social media, I felt like I was living in 2005 again. It's like technology is still here, but the addiction part of it was gone. I felt like I got my inspiration from art and music and creativity instead of from algorithms designed to piss me off or make me depressed. And like, I feel like it's also a whole capitalistic thing with social media, where it's like it's designed to make you feel bad. It's designed to piss you off. It's designed to make you depressed. It and it's always like trying to get you to buy stuff or improve your life or look better or feel better. And how the algorithm is for young girls, for example, it's, my feed contained of Botox and fillers, and I even got people contacting me asking if I wanted to do Botox. So I know that it is pretty much a capitalistic thing. Now, social media can be extremely beneficial if you are a creative, and you work with dance, music, art, whatever. And I know I have gotten a lot of opportunities through social media, which I'm very thankful for. But I also feel like there's a contradiction there where creative people are usually very emotional beings. And I read somewhere that you shouldn't create art that the world wants. You should express your inner world, something like that. I don't know, don't quote me. But, and I feel like that is so hard in a society where we need validation constantly. And it becomes sort of like a numbers game where it's like, okay, how many followers can I get? How many views? How many likes? Da 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 da. There's so much friction in life as a creative person, also as a human, as a woman, and all of that. And I just don't want the friction in my life to be social media. At the end of the day, you are the one that's responsible for your usage of social media. So you're basically creating problems that doesn't really have to exist, if you really think about it. Now, let's talk about the addiction part of it all, because I had one day where it was crazy. And that was day 3. I was so restless. I was so bored. I tried to bed rot, but I realized bed rotting isn't a thing when you don't use social media. Like, it's almost impossible to just bed rot an entire day if you don't use social media. And like, this day was so difficult because I just got really annoyed. I was so irritated and angry. I even had to blast loud music and just shake my entire body to like regulate my nervous system. Like, it was insane. So that was definitely the hardest day. But this made me like clean, fold my laundry, and I got very productive because I just needed to get some sort of stimulation for my brain. So all of this made me realize that I don't want to have comparison and jealousy and negativity as a part of my daily routine. And I just realized how much I don't want to know. I just want to know like what my friends are up to, preferably by them telling me what they're up to. There's just so much information out there that I don't think is natural for the human brain, and I just want peace. I want clarity. I want a calm state of mind, and I just feel like social media really interrupts that. But I will say that the biggest struggle with not using social media for me was that since I'm a dancer and a singer, I do a lot of creative collaborations through social media, and I also have a lot of connections through social media with the dance community, for example, if there's going to be any dance sessions and stuff like that. And I can't force people to start texting me or emailing me. Yeah, I guess that's a big struggle, like the actual social part, even though that social part is just a very, very small part of social media. But I thought about this the other day, if I should continue with having a break, because it does make you happier, it does make you feel more human again. It does make you enjoy real life and enjoy art and music again. And I think that now I'm only gonna use social media on my computer, because I used to do that, and that definitely minimizes scrolling a lot, which I think is nice. And I'm thinking that I could only use it for like DMs. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please like it and please subscribe. I would love to create more videos in the future. I've started The Artist Way, and I'm thinking of doing like a series about that if I have the energy to it, and if you guys want me to do it Doechii style. So yeah, let me know if you want me to share that journey. But thank you so much for watching. Bye.